Bitcoin, notice when it broke back down, it got here, rejected, got here, rejected. Now it's above, it's looking to confirm. If it confirms, you have to assume it makes a new all-time high. What would be the upside target in the near term? And this is just projecting out like a week or two. You got to be thinking 126 to 127,000. Easy, just connect this high to this high. It gives us a potential upside target. So this is big news on Bitcoin, guys. Big news on Bitcoin. Again, we don't know for sure because we have to see if it confirms. If it were to dump out, it might not confirm. But right now, this is showing signs.
Bitcoin is once again knocking on the door of history, and Gareth Soloway believes the next breakout could push it to unprecedented heights. Gareth Soloway, veteran trader and chief market strategist, has sharpened focus on Bitcoin's latest price action with an analysis that signals strength at a critical juncture. He highlights that Bitcoin's recent surge from around $108,000 to nearly $120,000 has brought the asset up against a long-term trend line that dates back to the 2011 bull market and runs through the highs of 2021 and 2024. Historically, every confirmed break above this line has produced fresh all-time highs. Should confirmation occur again, Soloway sets a near-term target between $126,000 and $127,000. Adding to the bullish case, Bitcoin has recently carved out a double bottom pattern, which also points toward a potential move to $127,000. Momentum remains strong, with BTC jumping from $108,650 to nearly $114,000 in just 2 trading days. On the macro front, risks from a possible U.S. government shutdown and upcoming non-farm payrolls, NFP, data could serve as catalysts, with uncertainty driving investors toward hard assets like Bitcoin. Institutional demand continues to expand, underscored by Strategy Incorporated's recent purchase of 196 BTC worth $22.1 million. With Citi lifting its 12-month price target to $181,000, Bitcoin appears well-positioned for another historic breakout. If you found this analysis valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with fellow investors staying on top of the market. We're committed to delivering clear insights and expert perspectives on what's really happening in crypto. Thanks for tuning in.
In today's video, we are going to isolate down the Bitcoin chart, which is having a great move up. It is borderline breaking a level that if it does confirm above this level, all-time highs would be a very big or high probability. In addition, we're going to look at Ethereum or ETH. ETH is up into a pivotal level as well, although not as pivotal as Bitcoin in terms of potential new all-time highs, but nonetheless, we'll cover that, and we'll even look at Solana and XRP. All right, let's dive right in, folks. As always, all charts, no BS. So take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's had this amazing move. If you go back to just basically a week ago, actually less than a week ago, we're talking about a move here from 108,000 and change to now basically 120,000. Now, the level I've been telling you guys to follow goes back to 2011. The bull market high from 2011, put a trend line there, drag it through the highs of 2021 to the highs right here in 2024 and 2025. And sure enough, if we look at this, it brings us right up in this range, all right? And I always have to get it as exact as possible. I want it right to those highs. That's very important because it gives us a basis to really look and see if these levels are breaking. Now, notice here, and this is something I've gone over before, closed above and it confirmed the breakout, made a new all-time high. Came back in, went back below, dropped below. Closed above, didn't confirm, confirmed, made an even higher new all-time high. So the idea is every time it's able to confirm above this line, we're seeing that it makes a new all-time high. So Bitcoin, notice when it broke back down, it got here, rejected. Got here, rejected. Now it's above, it's looking to confirm. If it confirms, you have to assume it makes a new all-time high. What would be the upside target in the near term? And this is just projecting out like a week or two. You got to be thinking 126 to 127,000. Easy, just connect this high to this high. It gives us a potential upside target. So this is big news on Bitcoin, guys. Big news on Bitcoin. Again, we don't know for sure because we have to see if it confirms. If it were to dump out, it might not confirm. But right now, this is showing signs of life in Bitcoin. Let's go on to ETH here. ETH pushing up beautifully. Take a look at this trend line, guys. This is a very important trend line that ETH is hammering on right now. This is one that I am focusing on beautifully. Look at this. High pivot right here to high pivot, broke out, support, bounced. Support, hammered, 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 bounced, broke down, confirmed. This is resistance. So while Bitcoin is above, and this is really important, guys, Bitcoin is above its key resistance level that can dictate a new all-time high. ETH, as of now, is into its resistance. There's a difference. You much rather a chart being above, right? Above means, okay, it's cleared the hurdle, versus ETH, it's into the hurdle. It's got to see if it can clear the hurdle. Very, very important here, guys. All right, so watch this level right here around, we'll call it 4480 to 4500. If we can confirm above this, then you got to think you at least test this high and really potentially the 5,000 level. I still think it's been interesting that ETH has not made a new high above 5,000. It got very close within about $30, but just based on what I know from even numbers and the psychological nature of them, I would lean, knowing what I know, that eventually you're going to see in the next week or 2 or 3 weeks a move above 5,000 on ETH. Now, how far above, that's to be determined, but the probabilities, I would say, does favor a move up. So yes, it hasn't broken out yet. We got to respect that. I always want to be cautious, right? I'm talking about 5,000, but at the same time, the charts right now, there's a roadblock. I mean, it's a roadblock. It's got to get through this level here on ETH for it to have a shot. It gets through this level and confirms. I think 5,000 becomes about an 80% chance that we break 5,000. But this is the level on ETH. Let's monitor it. This is the only trend line, in my opinion, that we need to know. Aside from that, nothing really else, right? Nothing really else of significance. This is the line to monitor. All right, Solana, great bounce on Sol here, pushing back up. Now, Sol is going to have some good resistance around 230 here. This was a little bit of a dramatic drop. It is climbing back up, but look for resistance starting right here. See this midpoint? You went up, you came down, you went up, and then you broke down. This midpoint is going to be resistance. What's fascinating is as you go down the chain of command from Bitcoin, which is like the golden goose, to the I guess, yeah, call Bitcoin gold. Silver would be Ethereum, right? And then maybe potentially Solana would be platinum.
Bitcoin has entered October with powerful momentum, and Gareth Soloway believes the charts are signaling that the king of crypto is gearing up for its next big move. Gareth Soloway reveals that the crypto market is showing mixed signals, but Bitcoin continues to stand out as the strongest performer. Drawing parallels to precious metals, he likens Bitcoin to gold, Ethereum to silver, and Solana to platinum, lagging furthest from all-time highs. Soloway notes that Ethereum is currently pressing against a key resistance zone, while Solana remains weaker, needing a confirmed breakout above $233 to target $250 and possibly $295 to $300. XRP, on the other hand, is showing signs of strength, having pierced a major trend line and formed a bullish wedge. If XRP can confirm above $3, it could rally toward $3.65, though Soloway warns it must remain above $2.75 to maintain its bullish outlook. Bitcoin, however, remains the central focus. Soloway emphasizes that BTC is trading above a crucial resistance line, but confirmation is critical to sustain momentum. Without it, gains could fade, but a confirmed breakout may set the stage for new all-time highs. Adding to the optimism, Bitcoin opened October on solid footing, climbing above $116,000 after surprising September gains of 5.31%. With the fourth quarter historically bullish for crypto, Bitcoin may once again lead the market's next major leg higher. Let's get back to the interview.
All right, and really, just like we're seeing in the metals markets, gold's at all-time highs. Silver is getting close, but platinum, not so much. Not even close, really, to all-time highs. And so I think that's where we are with the chain of command with Solana here, where this chart, so, at least ETH is hammering on its resistance level, right? But you're not seeing that yet with Solana. Now, Solana could, and if it breaks here, you should double top around 253. But as of now, that's not in play. And just look at this, guys. This is a trend line that is right at that same level. Look at this beautiful trend line right here. Notice it's right at that same level. So if Solana can break through 233 and confirm, then I do think we take out 250. Even then, it's not the all-time high. It's just like platinum, right? Platinum's a ways away, but at least we could get above there and maybe make a run at the 300 level. But again, Bitcoin looks the best on a chart basis. ETH looks second best. Solana looks third. And let's look at XRP. XRP is not a bad chart, to be fair, but it's a chart that, again, is still quite a ways away, right? I mean, this was your all-time high over here on it, right? I mean, at least on this chart on Coinbase. But the point being is, this is what I'm following here, and we are at least attacking, maybe even piercing this key trend line. Look at this trend line, right down to these highs, and look, we are piercing it. So again, it has a ways to go, right? I mean, as all of these goes, I mean, maybe Solana has the most distance to go back to the all-time high, but still, I mean, the breakout here at $3, it's got to go up about 20% to get back to its all-time highs. Solana, I think, is a little bit less than 20% to get back to there, but, well, maybe about the same. But the point being is you got to break through this level here, and then very clearly, what do we have? We have this baseline right through this area here, which gives you kind of this wedge. Now, this is actually a bullish wedge. This is a flagpole bull flag. So this actually does bode well for XRP. I'll keep you guys posted on this, but let's see if XRP can break through this level. If it does, I do think we get a good move up and maybe even test that 365 level, all right? So really interesting charts, right? I mean, across the board. And by the way, one more thing to just take note of, you can see right here, right? So again, you know, whether you go to this low here and you go through these, I would say somewhere in this vicinity right there, kind of misses by a fraction, pierces by a fraction, but then look, hits, and hits, and then it's right in that same level too. So lots of support here. Now, the one thing you don't want to see on XRP is you don't want to ever see it get below this level, like 275. You don't want to see it start trading below there. As long as it stays above, I think you have a fair chance of a breakout, and that would be a bullish move all the way back to all-time highs. Going back to Solana, if Solana can clear this 233 level, we should test 255. If that gets taken out, then you're looking at going up to at least 295 to 300 up there. ETH is right into that level. Can it get through here? We're going to find out. That's something to watch. And then here, if we go back to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is above. Now, Bitcoin's pulling back a little bit here now. Just look at this. Just since I've been doing this video on the 10-minute chart, Bitcoin's been pulling back. Now, listen, it still is okay, but we need to follow this, guys. This has to be followed. We need to see, does it get through this? Does it hold above? Does it confirm? This is really, really important for today. All right, just wanted to get you guys this latest update on the crypto markets. You guys have a great one as always. Guys, we're crushing it. We're continuing to crush it in smart money crypto. Come to Verified Investing to join. You get my exact entries, my exact exits, longs, shorts, you name it. It's all right there with videos.
Bitcoin's current test of the $120,000 resistance level underscores the critical juncture facing the market. A decisive move above this barrier could unlock significant upside momentum, potentially driving the asset to fresh all-time highs. Recent volatility, with prices briefly touching $123,000 before retracing, highlights the importance of confirmation at these levels. Broader conditions remain favorable, with institutional inflows strengthening, macroeconomic uncertainty boosting demand for hard assets, and the fourth quarter historically favoring bullish trends in crypto. If momentum holds, Bitcoin could once again set the pace for digital assets, cementing its role as the leading force driving the next phase of the market cycle. Will Bitcoin's battle with the $120,000 resistance level spark a breakout to new all-time highs? Or will the rally lose steam? Stay tuned for more. If you value real, data-driven insights on the financial markets, hit like and subscribe to catch our weekly updates. Thanks for the support, and I hope you enjoy the video.